everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm here today to do week 4 and week 5 of March weekly wrap up. I read a total of 10 books in the last 2 weeks. So not too bad. The first one I read was One More Time by Auroura Reynolds. This is book 2 in the Ruby Fall series. And this came out on the 23rd of March. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. This follows Aria, who moves to Ruby Falls, or moves back to Ruby Falls, and she just bought a house. She doesn't want to live with her parents because she doesn't really like them. And Tide is a construction worker, and Aria, real estate gave her the company card if she needed to fix stuff. And then one of her pipes broke, and she called him, and he came and fixed her pipes. He is also a single dad, and I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. And then I reread Glass House. I don't know why there's not a cover, by Rachel Caine. This is book 1 in the Morganville Vampire series. This is for a Bookopoly challenge for Ghost Grove, which is to read a paranormal featuring a ghost, and this follows Claire, who moves to Morganville. She is 16 and she's in college. She's really smart, and she's being bullied, and then she moves to the glass house, where Michael, Eve, and Shane are, and it's their story. This was my 3rd or 4th time rereading this book. I really enjoy it, and yeah, 5 out of 5 stars for that. Come on. And then I read Ivy White by Cambria Hebert. This is book 1 in the House of Misfits series. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. Listened to this on audio, and for my TBR game, it was for the challenge of Audible. So yes, and I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. This follows Ivory White, who is spoiled, and then in the beginning someone's trying to kill her, and she gets robbed. Her fingernail gets chopped off, and then her hair gets chopped off, and then one night she meets Neo at a bar. She gets arrested, and she calls Neo to come pick her up, and he takes her home where he lives with 4 other people, and it's their story. I thought it was really good. It's a loose retelling of Snow White, and yeah, no, I thought it was really good. And that is all of the Kindle books I read. And then I read the last 2 I showed you in April. But then I finished Team Player Anthology. So I read Out of Formation by Ella Fox. I gave that 3 out of 5 stars. That follows Elena and Colin. Elena is the head cheerleader at her college, and Colin is a family friend. That's there's an age gap, and they both live in their grandparents' house, but I don't remember whose grandparents it was. But they both live there, and Colin is now the new coach for the college team. And as I said, I gave that 3 stars. I also read Slapped into Love by Rochelle Paige. This is a bachelorette party 2.6, I gave that 3 stars. And Tamara and Ryan, they, if I remember correctly, they met one night and hooked up. And then it comes later where Ryan is a hockey player, if I remember correctly, and Tamara is hired to help them coach their skills a little better. And I gave that 3 out of 5 stars. And then I read Full Count Press by Kennedy Ryan, I'm sorry, and I gave that 3 out of 5 stars. And that follows Avery and Decker. And if I remember correctly, Decker is a baseball player, and Avery is a news reporter. And he wanted to talk to Avery, and he was just in a towel. And when she was interviewing him, the towel fell off, and Avery's colleagues gave her a hard time with that. And then it's 10 years later, Avery is like a host of like a sports thing, and Decker is her co-host. So overall, I gave this 3 out of 5 stars. And yeah, I forgot to mention I did read one more book, Kindle book. Let me pull it up if I can. It's got to download. But I read Only One Touch by Natasha Madison, which is book 4 in the Only One series. This follows Nico, who is the owner of the hockey team, and Becca, who is like the PR for a few players on the hockey team. I enjoyed this. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I don't know what it's doing. But I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, and I thought it was cute. I listened to this on audio. What's going on? And then I read Unexpected Love Story by Natasha Madison. This is book 2 in the love story series. This follows Crystal and Gabe. Crystal is best friends with, if I remember, I don't remember her name, Haley from the first book, and they move away. She is a nurse, and she gets a job working at the hospital where they moved to, and Gabe happens to be the doctor there, one of the doctors there, and this story has to deal with infernal, like she's forget what, she's not fernal. Wow, I can't even say it. But she can't have babies. And it's her dealing with that. And Gabe, they meet at a convention for doctors, and she said she was Jane Doe, and he said he was John Doe. And then they come and realize they are now going to work together. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. I thought it was really cute, and I'm excited to continue on reading the 3rd book. And then finally, I read Call Me By Your Name by Adriana Locke. I gave this 3 out of 5 stars. This is probably closer to a 2.5, but I gave it 3. First book by this author. Virtual book on it was movie TV adaptation. This follows Elio and Oliver. I listened to this on audio, and I can tell you, I don't really know what happened. I was very confused. But this follows Elio, who is a young boy not young boy. He is a young boy. He's like a teen boy, and his family hire Oliver, who is a older man, and yeah. Again, I don't really know anything that happened to this book, so yeah. But that's pretty much all of the books I read. And then the 2 books I'm currently reading is Ignite by Tessa Teevan. This is for Bookopoly for library. I am only 123 pages in. I'm hopeful that I will finish this tonight, because tomorrow there's 2 books I'm excited to read. So I would like to finish this tonight. I have it on audio from my library. I'm really enjoying this so far. This is a military second chance romance. This follows Lexi, and Jace. Sorry, both of my Alexas went off. And Jace, and they were best friends in high school. And then the night before Jace goes to the army, he tells Alexa how he feels, and it's their story. And I think it's like 10 years later, Lexi is grieving from her death of her husband, and she goes to be a nanny for her sister and brother-in-law for their high school reunion, and Jason happens to be there. I'm really enjoying this so far. And then I'm also reading Vampire Girl by Koviv. I never know how to say that. I'm so sorry. Kinrade. This is book 1 in this series, and this is for Bookopoly for something. I don't remember. But I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm only 96 pages in, and I'm hopeful that I will finish this tonight too, just because I want to read the 2 books that come out tomorrow. But I'm really enjoying this so far. This follows Adriana, who just turned 18, and her mom ends up in a coma, and then some mysterious guy comes and says that she has to go with him for them to save her mom's soul. And it's there's like 5 people, brothers, and she has to pick one of them to be her husband, and she will be the new queen. I'm really enjoying it so far. It's very good. And yeah, but those are all of the books I've read and / are currently reading, and I'm excited to finish. How was your March? How did your March go? And if you read any of these, what did you think of them? And if you want a full review on any of them, just let me know, and I'll be happy to do that, and I'll see everyone later.